We are here today to announce the arrest of 60-year-old Dwayne Keith Davis, aka Keefe D, for the murder of Tupac Shakur.
So now what? Today we're going to talk about Tupac and how his rise and his level of success actually wound up being the actual demise of the total genre of hip-hop, and how Tupac ushered in basically not necessarily gangster rap, but he did usher in this kind of thug life mentality that we still see persisting in our current musical climate when it pertains to hip-hop. If you think about Tupac, just visually think about when you see Tupac, what does it look like? Tell me when you see Tupac. Put Tupac in your head and tell me what it is you envision. This is one of the first times I've seen this. When I was a youngster, there were Crips and Bloods for sure. And those guys, maybe they didn't sag as much, but maybe their pants were a few sizes too large. That's what I remember gangsters being in the hood. Tupac took it to another level. Underwear up, pants hanging down, ass out. This is the first time I've ever seen that type of imagery on a black man. And when you think about today, do you see that same imagery sometimes when it relates to our black young subculture? I think Tupac, thug life, tattoos, lived the part. I think a lot of people idolized him, and I would not sit in front of this camera and say for 1 minute that I didn't listen to Dear Mama, I didn't listen to Machiavelli, that I didn't listen to a lot of this guy's songs. But the fact of the matter is, when we look at him getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, he's Tupac.
Tupac Shakur!
And just like that, rapper Tupac Shakur's name is on the Walk of Fame. But to his fans, he's still very much alive.
I felt invigorated. I felt his presence, especially when his sister spoke.
That love goes beyond Hollywood and the music world. His legacy still inspires today.
It's a conversation piece. You only see half his face, and it makes you think, makes you talk in your mind about the other part of it.
When we look at him in death, he's Tupac. Black subculture idolizes characters. Does anybody know Tupac's real name? Does anybody know Tupac's real name? This man was born Lasan Parish Crooks, who later became Tupac. We still idolize this man as Tupac. Now, why do we idolize these type of characters? If we look at the musical industry today, when it again relates to hip hop, look at what's happening to the genre of music. Look at what the artists look like in this particular genre. Think about Sexy Red, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, Migos, Chief Keef, King Von, all these people. Think about all the people you know. Kodak Black. Look at what's happening to the musical subculture right now. We don't have real artistry in hip hop. And the ones that are alive don't get celebrated. They don't make money, yet we're celebrating a Tupac. Tupac had really good songs. Brenda's Got a Baby, Digital Underground, and a lot of that stuff before he became aligned with Suge Knight and Snoop Dogg. I still don't know why we like Snoop Dogg, because he's one more of those types of people keeping it real. Make America Crip again. He's wearing blue. He's throwing up gang signs. This is what's wrong with the black community.
Dipping and sliding, cripping and riding.
We idolize characters. And here we have, finally, after 27, 30 years after his murder, everybody celebrating hip hip hooray. We got the guy who killed Tupac. Now what? Where's the black community moving forward now? What happens to the black community? Where is the black community now compared to where it was when this guy was murdered? Is it better off?
A fight taken to the streets, and this chaotic scene, the ending of a shooting that started in Los Angeles, California.
I want to say it was a setup. It was a setup gone bad. And my son, his girlfriend, the shooter, and I don't know, he shot my son.
Investigators say that's when Javon tried to pull the woman through the window, and she told her sister's boyfriend to go get a gun and shoot her.
Is it better off because of all of his musical artistry? Where is music now? What is the state of hip hop right now? Did Tupac make it better? When I look at hip hop, and I still consider myself to be a pretty open guy, pretty open. When I listen to lyrics, all I hear is sexuality, nothing but B's and 304s. What's happening to the black hip hop music industry? Why do we idolize these types of people that have done nothing to improve society?
Bang, 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 bang.
Nigga, eat this ass like a plum.
Why is it when Sidney Poitier died and Harry Belafonte died and Jim Brown died and Aretha Franklin and whoever, were those people celebrated as much as Tupac? Are those people inspirational to others? We're idolizing Tupac. And if you look at our people across the board, we're all characters. Everybody's a character. Everybody has a name. And if you also look within our musical culture and our musical genre, hip hop, do you see any other artists getting shot? Do you see Willie Nelson getting gunned down, Carlos Santana getting gunned down, the Rolling Stones getting gunned down? Why is it when we look at the black artist, if you want to call these people that, because right now it's trash, it's basically lyrical porn, that stuff gets celebrated. I watched the MTV Awards 2 weeks ago. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. People twerking on the red carpet. Nothing has dignity anymore when you bring in the black subculture. We're bringing in trash. We're bringing in characters to be the worst of the worst, and we're putting these people on platforms, and when you look across the world, people think that's how most black people act. So this is why I can't stand Tupac. This is why I can't stand all these other characters in the black community, because what they've done is they created a caricature, and then when you're overseas, everybody thinks, you know, like, I'm a square dude living in Europe, because they're like, you know, you not sagging. I gotta be a thug in Europe, because that's what Europeans think of blacks. They think we thugged out, speak slang. That's what Europeans' stereotypical ideology is black people. Sagging pants, speaking inappropriately, he do, we be, I good, you know, I do me, all this crap. So this is what I'm talking about, how we as a representation of black people have failed the youth. I saw a huge celebration for this guy, PNB Rock, who got shot at a chicken house in Los Angeles and got his chain stolen from him.
It's just sad because he was up and coming, you know, he was on his way. And you can't even come and eat lunch.
The 30-year-old, whose real name is Rakeem Allen, was reportedly having lunch with his girlfriend at the Roscoe's in South LA when a gunman entered the restaurant, shooting the rapper, robbing him, and then taking off.
Our young black men who have influence are dying at a rate, and the demise of these people and the people that look up to them is basically tatted up to here, tats on the face, tats over. Everything is thug, thug, thug. So when I think about Tupac, I don't think about anything good he's done for the black community. Think about Nipsey Hussle, trying to get back to the community. What happened to him? Killed by one of his own. Cripping it, you know. If you look at Super Bowl, you gave Snoop and Dre the biggest platform possible for black artistry, and you let this people go on the stage and throw gang signs, West Coasting it out and all this stuff. This was shown to the massive number of homes in America, and you got Snoop and Dre representing gang signs. This is what's wrong with us as black people. So to sit here and act like Tupac was some great individual that made huge contributions to the community, and somehow propelled us forward as people, I just don't buy. I don't get it. I don't understand the idolization of people like this. And frankly, I didn't say he deserved to die, but you know, look at the company this man's kept. He's hanging out with full-blown gang members. He's in Vegas stomping out a gang member. Why is he even involved in this stuff? Tupac couldn't stand on his own. If he's a strong black man, aren't you supposed to be able to stand on your own? He needed to align himself with known gang members. Why? Because Brenda Got a Baby is not sexy. Nobody wants to dance to Brenda's Got a Baby. We want California Love. You know, everywhere city we go, every other video. No matter where I go, I see the same O's. This is our music. Look what it does to our women. Demeans them. You look at what we're talking about today. We think about all black women as 304s, O's, garden tools. So when I think about Tupac, I see the beginning of the demise of the culture. And if you look at it in its current state, it's a complete catastrophe. So I would not sit here and elevate Tupac to angel status like most of the people I see, you know, down on their knees, praying, crying, doing all this stuff for Tupac, who's not even his real name.
So it's actually surreal that they actually got him justice, and we're here visiting his memorial today. This is actually very touching to us. As soon as we heard, we were like, we're going right now.
And I know I'm going on a little too long on a rant here because I'm not organized. I'm just speaking from my heart. Tupac did nothing for the black community. This man's been shot twice, survived once, died the second time. So what was this man doing in his life where he's been shot twice? Who gets shot in their life? If you're doing the right thing and walking the tightrope, and I'm not saying living by the word of God and things of that nature, but if you're living a clean life, you generally can get through life unscathed. This man's been shot twice. You know, so I don't know what's happening in the music industry, and I don't know why we idolize these people, but moving forward, if you look at hip hop in its current state, it is trash. And I blame solely Tupac for that. Anyway, this is Mike. You might not like my commentary. It's okay. I really don't care. This is just my point of view, how I see it, and how I see some of the black culture, and how in this current state is absolute trash.
Fuck you and your motherfucking mama. We gonna kill all you motherfuckers. Now when I came